Welcome to another episode of the EBD Bike Shop, the underbelly of everything's been done. I am not a mechanic, Dustin Klein, and today I have a hit list of things that I've got to do to several bikes. It's not that I want to do this, it's just they start falling apart and then you can't ride any of them because they all have some sort of tick or noise or First on the list, breathe the blitz on the DCO. So far so good, but you never know. All we have is faith and sheer ignorance and blind optimism. Oh, and then I figured we got a little shipment of goodies that just came in, which is gonna alter the stable a little bit, so why not, right? Because, I mean, I guess you could probably think of a few reasons why not. You know, the DCO, my hypothesis is that something with the airplane, like it made the front brake was weak, so I had to be bled. So I'm bleeding it, and so many air bubbles. Set up the table. Whew. One at a time. Oh, this one's heavy. We got three different boxes of goodies here. We're gonna let this guy bleed out while we... Oh, how privileged am I? I feel like the lightest should be first and the heaviest should be last because there's no reason. So many bubbles. All right. Let's just... Oh boy, okay. This is kind of cool. Elite Prism side mount bottle cages, which are great because now I can balance out the left-right issue on this bike, and I can put some side mount cages on the Jenica, which is gonna be great because I actually have a frame bag that I want to try in that bike, but I needed the bottle cages to work with the thing because otherwise, and then water bottle. You know, you're like, who cares about water bottles? But one thing that's really fascinating about this water bottle is it's biodegradable. What? I love the idea of using this for just a little bit too long and the bottle just starts to disintegrate. It's like the bottle telling you like, hey, dirtbag, clean up your act a little. And I'm half interested in just throwing this in the compost bin to just see how long it takes. I think I read something that takes up to 5 years, but you know, that's massive compared to a plastic bottle, which is like 500 years. Good looking out, Elite. Hopefully this becomes a trend. Mr. Bubbles. All right, let me just do that. How amazing would it be if I filmed the whole bottle cage swapping? Talk about sizzling entertainment. Don't forget this little pro tip. Little Loctite on the bottle cage bolt. I can't fucking say that word. Bottle cage bolts goes a long way. It's true. Dear Loctite, sponsor the channel. Ellie made scones. Awesome. Moment of truth. Oh, hell yeah. Success. And both of the bottle cages are now right-hand sided, so none of the... And let me show you the Jenica real quick. Oh, both with the left side mount bottle cages. I mean, I guess if you're gonna get bottle cages, they might as well always be side mount because you never know when you want to run a frame bag. And if you have a standard bottle cage, you're kind of SOL for the frame bag. And yes, I do run the questionably nerdy mount for the frame pump, but it's so utilitarian and I love not having it in a pocket and it's on the bike and it's out of the way ever so barely. It's fucking awesome. I love it. The one thing I am bummed about is that it only comes with one mount because if I had a few of them I would put them on all the bikes. I'm so curious to try this. I never ride a frame bag. Okay, all right. This wasn't even on the list, but this wheel, I've tried to loosen the caliper, squeeze it, tighten it back up. I did that a couple times, couldn't figure it out. So, what I'm gonna attempt to do is pull the wheel out, take the pads out, and see if I can push the pistons over, in, and see if that does anything. Obviously, when the pistons are pushed in, it's gonna work, but the real test is after I hit this brake lever. I honestly can't believe that worked. Up 2 for 2. Oh my god, this brake is so soft now. Breathe. Oh my god, it's so soft. Now I feel like I need to bleed this brake. It's like a hole in a dam. You plug one up and 4 more open over there. Well, my deductive reasoning says I'm gonna try to exercise the pistons and lube them up just ever so slightly and see if that does anything. You know, the piston, I tried to get it and it just wasn't moving, so I just figured Moment of truth. Oh my god. It's worse. It's way worse than before. Fuck. Alright, bleed number 2. This time I actually looked up how to do it again. There was like 4 steps that I didn't even do at all the last time. I didn't even remember them. So maybe this will help. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. Note to self. Gotta put the brake pads in. I'm not a mechanic. Dodged a bullet there. Brake pads, critical step. Oh, hell yeah. All right. We're basically back to where we started with this scenario, but the brakes are much tauter than before, so I'm just gonna deal with that. I'm not happy, but I'm gonna deal with it. I think the brake pads are just too new. They're so... Maybe you should put some old pads in. Oh man, bleed job done right. Thank God. I did bleed this brake myself. Thank you for asking. Well, that was fun. What's next? Cool. How was that for like the sloppiest transition I've ever done? The light's different. I think the camera moved. Anyways, let's move on to box number 2. Oh me, oh my. Never a bad day when Topi gear arrives on the fuck, if it would have rhymed, it would have been so... Maybe it would have been worse. 2 fresh pieces from Topi, straight out of somewhere special. Rather excited about these. We've got a shuttle gauge G2. What does that mean? It's an analog pressure gauge, which works on the bicycle, the automobile, everything, anything. I love this concept because you don't need batteries. The digital, you don't want a battery. For something like this, analog is critical. And I'm always kind of curious what kind of pressure I'm running. So I could use this on the hand pump. Or just in the field to see what kind of, where I'm sitting with things. And this guy, Tubi Booster X, rechargeable air tank, delivers continuous airflow to fill tubeless tires. What you do with this guy is you pump it up with a floor pump, and you use the pressure built up from the canister to blast the air into tubeless tires. So you don't have to buy a whole other tubeless, high volume type of pump. You can use this guy to work with your regular floor pump, which is brilliant. It's brilliant. Max 200 PSI, aluminum, high pressure, 1 liter capacity. Cool. And I should note that I'm not sponsored by any of these brands. They just hit me up and ask if there's anything that I want. These are all things that I think would be interesting to use, and these are things that I think would be interesting for you to hear about. So that's the story. Okay, how this thing works, you take your floor pump, then you put your pump on the charger, then you pump up the thing like so, and it throws all the pressure into the tube tire. I want to try this. You're just 1 hydro flask away from having inflated tires to shred to your greatest capability. You know, one thing that's really cool about this Tubi booster, aside from his radical name, is this combo, this with a floor pump, is super travel friendly. If you're on a road trip or something, this is great. You don't have to figure out an air compressor or a generator or any of that bullshit. So this is a good self-sustain, no power method. Last but not least, still 1 more to go. Very excited about this. I, like you, love tires. Tires are probably my favorite part of all the bicycle. Yeah. The Sepultura. There's nothing with a greater sense of impact, versatility, changeability, and remarkability than swapping tires on your bicycle. If you're looking for a semi-easy way to make your bicycle feel completely different, look into tires. There's a whole world of rubber to explore. Hutchinson is making a push right now. They did a whole thing with Francis Cade recently, And they've got a new logo. They're making a go at it. And I'm saying more power to you. So what do we got? Touareg. All these companies have the fucking craziest names. The Touareg gravel tires from Hutchinson. We went with the 700 by 45 and a 650 by 47. And this tread pattern looks hot to trot. 127 TPI. Tubeless ready, hard skin. Terrain, dry, mixed, rocky. Not for muddy. Usage, gravel. So, the 45s by 700, I think I want to try them on the DCO. Currently, there's a 700 by 38. I'm just saying. And new tires, and I just got the Tubi booster. It seems like all signs point to, yeah, you got to change the tires. I wonder if I should you think? You change the tires. Should I? You got to do it. I mean, it's not broken. Change the tires. Okay. Then I realized the damn volume was off for all of that, so Tubi booster works though. We are in there. Look at that. Boom, Tubi booster. For an intelligent time, try Seal Smart. For a higher IQ. Tubi booster! The weirdest thing is it doesn't pop in the spot. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. Yo, the Tubi booster coming correct. This was by far the easiest tubeless tire setup I've ever had. Ever. Whether it's these Hutchinson Touareg tires or the Tubi booster or the combination or the moon and the sun and the, I don't know. Oh God! I mean, even though I'm not able to ride Pan Racer, I'm still glad to have Pan Racer in the equation. But these Hutchinsons, I'm very excited about this. This is gonna be great. One down, one to go. Okay, I'm learning the way of the Tubi booster and it's time to fill you in on it. Pump it up as much as you can. Then you get it on your freshly mounted, freshly juiced up tubeless tire. Lock on this mother. Cross your heart, hope to die. Inflate. Go, 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 go. And then pump a little more to get that son of a bitch to seat. Oh my God. This has been the easiest tubeless setup I've ever done. There's not sealant everywhere. I'm not swearing. I haven't even broken a sweat yet. I can't believe this is amazing. Let's get a read on this. I got about 45, 46. Cool. That's much better. Next we gotta try this son of a bitch out. Bottles? They have new cages? Those tires though. Oh. I'm just saying. Okay, here's a little tip that I figured out so you can know when you last filled up your tires with sealant. Is I just have a spot in your shop. It could be a piece of masking tape somewhere or a notebook. I've got this crazy thing. Every time you do it, just write down the date. And then when you wonder 4 months from now, when was the last time I filled up the sealant? It's right there. And then when you have a ridiculous amount of bikes, like some of us, it's even easier to keep track of because good luck remembering all that. Okay, so like November, I should reseal these. First session on the Hutchinson Touareg. I still don't know. First time actually, 700C by 45. It might just be a magic combo. Very happy with it. Also, really big fan of the shoulder knob going on that guy. It's rather all-encompassing. There happens to be a little single track on your way. These guys will take care of that. So. This is like the hidden track of the episode. Made only for the realest of real. The truest of true. The coolest of cool. I'm talking to you. Why is it so muddy? Still loving these tires, I must say. Well played, Hutchinson. Links to everything I talked about are below, so you could dig a little deeper. Oh yeah, we gotta give a quick International Players Club Steel is Real shout out to the man himself, Mr. Reed Darth. What up, Reed? Stop being muddy. And if you're new to the channel, who tipped you off? Was it Gary? He likes to talk. And do you know about the Stream of Consciousness series? Long form process of making a complete piece in one session. If that sounds like something that tickles your fancy, head over here. And if you've made it this far but haven't subscribed, it's kind of weird. It's a little awkward. You know that moment. It's that moment.